Here we have a piece of basswood. This is a material that I would love to use for bow drill, spindle, and fireboard. And I just want to demo splitting it out. So I'm going to be resting this on a supported surface, and a surface that I don't mind my knife knocking into. So not rock, not cement, not anything like that. And I grabbed this other piece of basswood as a mallet. Any really hardwood is going to work. I'm going to make this work. But here I have my knife, and this is something that you're going to want a sturdy knife for. This is not what you use folders for. This knife, the blade of the knife extends into the handle, which makes it a really awesome beater knife. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the heel of that knife up to the edge of that wood, and I'm going to use it to split this piece of wood. The most useful piece of advice that was ever given to me in regards to this was that you're not hitting the knife, but that you're hitting through the knife, and you end up really trying to strike at the table. And that allows for a nice continuous force of motion. Let's see if that's weird. You want to apply pressure on the handle as you're moving down. And I put the heel of the knife there so I have that tip of the knife here, so I'll have this to be able to strike into. And then I can apply pressure down. Great, we were able to sidestep that knot a little bit. And then I'm just going to do it one more time, giving myself enough material to comfortably carve that spindle. This is a really great technique as far as being able to split out the material you're going to want to work with, but it's also just a helpful technique if you want to just be able to reduce mass that you know is going to need to come off anyway. So, you know, it wouldn't be unwise for me to take this and to just keep splitting this down a little bit more. I'm just going to knock this corner off. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's just a good reduction technique. Batoning. I'll save you some time. So when I look at this, I'm like, great, pretty clear. Oh, we have this. So whenever I have knots, I either want to see if I can carve my spindle outside of them. If they tend to be on one of the ends, I usually use that end for the top part of the spindle. And sometimes you can carve into them and they're going to quickly just disappear. So it's kind of, you know, I think we'll see this probably disappear shortly. We cover carving. You should get your basics done. But when you have pretty straight grained wood, it's really easy to just do nice long strokes. And I tend to just continuously rotate it, turning this odd squarish piece of wood into a nice round spindle. So now that I have carved this and it's a dowel, I want to carve the long taper and the short taper. If there's any sort of like banana-like shape that's occurring right here, this is when you can adjust things through that long taper. That long taper really gives you some options. Given that this is pretty straight and I don't really have any of those issues, I can just choose whatever side. So I'm gonna work a couple inches. I just kind of do this sort of slight rotation as I'm carving, and as I move along, it reduces, reduces, reduces. Nice, long taper. No harsh transitions are occurring. And if they do, if you feel like it's a little shouldered, you can always just smooth that out. For the shorter taper, this is where I'm going to create that guideline. I'm going to roll that knife. And it's going to give me this really straight indentation to work off of. I'm going to choke up on the knife. I get a lot of power and a lot of control. This can just be a straight cut, but I tend to put a little bit of swoop into it. You want the ends of the tapered points to be in line with the center of the spindle. It might seem obvious, but just saying. So now I have that short taper and I have that long taper. And this is a spindle that I would work with happily.